Welcome back to English Gateway. There are moments in life when it feels like the whole world has forgotten you. No one calls to ask how you're doing. No one notices the effort you're making. No one celebrates your small victories. And sometimes, even the people closest to you fail to understand the dream that keeps you awake at night. You wait for encouragement. You wait for support. You wait for someone to believe in you. But what if that person never comes? What if nobody tells you that you're capable? What if nobody stands beside you when life becomes difficult? Would you stop chasing your dream, or would you continue anyway? Today's lesson is about one of the most powerful habits successful people develop: learning to move forward, even when you have to do it alone. Doing things alone does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you have failed. In many cases, it means life is preparing you for something greater. It means your character is being tested. Your discipline is being built. Your confidence is becoming stronger from the inside. Anyone can stay motivated when people are cheering for them. Anyone can work hard when everything is going well. Anyone can feel confident when success comes easily. But real strength is revealed when the road becomes silent, when nobody notices your effort, and you still refuse to quit. Today's lesson is for every person who feels invisible, for every student learning English without a teacher, for every creator building a YouTube channel without support, for every dreamer who keeps working while everyone else doubts them. And as always, while you're listening, improve your English with me. Listen carefully. Repeat the powerful sentences. Practice the pronunciation. Build your vocabulary. Most importantly, build a stronger version of yourself. If lessons like this help you become more confident in English and in life, stay connected with English Gateway, because every lesson is designed to improve both your language and your mindset. Now, let's begin. Lesson 1. Stop waiting for someone to push you. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their goals is simple. They spend too much time waiting for motivation, waiting for encouragement, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for family support, waiting for friends to believe in them, waiting for life to become easier. The problem is, life rarely works that way. If you always wait until everything feels perfect, you may spend your entire life standing at the starting line. Ask yourself one question: how many dreams have been delayed simply because you were waiting for someone else's approval? Many people say, "I'll start learning English when I have more confidence. I'll create my YouTube channel when my family supports me. I'll start my business when someone invests in me. I'll work on myself when life becomes less stressful." But months pass, years pass, nothing changes, not because the dream was impossible, but because they never decided to begin. The truth is this: your dream belongs to you, not to your friends, not to your relatives, not to society. And because it is your dream, it is also your responsibility. Other people may never fully understand your vision. They cannot see what you see. They cannot feel the excitement inside your heart. They cannot understand why you're willing to sacrifice comfort today for a better future tomorrow. And that's perfectly okay. Every great achievement begins as an idea that only one person believes in. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Many successful people started with nothing more than belief. No audience, no supporters, no applause, only determination. Instead of asking, "Who will help me?" ask, "What can I do today?" Instead of asking, "Who believes in me?" ask, "Am I giving my best effort?" Because the moment you stop depending on other people for motivation, you discover something much more valuable: self-motivation. That is the fuel that keeps successful people moving. They wake up before sunrise because they know what they're working toward. They continue practicing when progress feels slow. They continue learning when nobody notices. They continue improving when the results haven't arrived yet. Not because someone forced them, because they made a promise to themselves. There will be mornings when you don't feel motivated. Get up anyway. There will be days when you feel tired. Work anyway. There will be moments when people ignore your progress. Keep improving anyway. There will be failures. Learn from them. There will be criticism. Grow stronger because of it. The people who change their lives are not the ones who always feel inspired. They are the people who take action even when inspiration is missing. Discipline will always take you farther than temporary motivation. Think about your English journey. Maybe nobody practices with you. Practice anyway. Maybe nobody encourages your pronunciation. Speak anyway. Maybe people laugh at your mistakes. Keep learning anyway. Every sentence you practice is making you better. Every mistake is teaching you something. Every day of consistent effort is bringing you closer to fluency. The same principle applies to every dream. If you want to become healthier, train consistently. If you want to become financially free, Keep learning valuable skills. If you want to build a successful YouTube channel, keep creating videos, improve every upload, study your audience, learn from every mistake. Results don't belong to people who wait. Results belong to people who work. Remember this powerful truth. Nobody can exercise for you. Nobody can study for you. Nobody can build your habits for you. Nobody can live your future for you. People may advise you. People may encourage you. People may inspire you. But only you can take the action that changes your life. One beautiful thing happens when you learn to work alone. You begin trusting yourself. You stop needing constant praise. You stop looking for permission. You stop depending on outside motivation. Instead, you become your own source of strength. You wake up because your goals matter. You continue because your future matters. You refuse to quit because you know your dream is worth fighting for. Slowly, your confidence grows, not because people finally noticed you, not because life suddenly became easy, but because every difficult day you survived proved something important. You are stronger than you believed. So from today, stop waiting for someone to push you. Become your own motivation. Become your own coach. Become your own supporter. Because once you master the ability to move forward without depending on others, very little in life can stop you. A person who can walk alone with confidence can travel farther than someone who only moves when the crowd is cheering. And that is where real success begins. Lesson 2. Learn to celebrate yourself before the world does. There is something many people never admit. One of the hardest parts of chasing a dream is not the hard work. It is feeling invisible. You wake up early. You stay disciplined. You practice every day. You sacrifice your comfort. You invest your time. You give your best effort. Yet it feels like nobody notices. Nobody says, "Well done." Nobody says, "I'm proud of you." Nobody tells you to keep going. Sometimes it feels as if all your effort disappears into silence. And after a while, a dangerous thought enters your mind. Maybe none of this matters. But let me tell you something that can completely change the way you see your journey. Your effort does not lose its value simply because people fail to notice it. A seed grows underground long before anyone sees a tree. The strongest buildings begin with foundations hidden beneath the surface. A diamond forms deep under pressure where nobody can see it. Real growth almost always happens in private before it becomes visible in public. So never measure your progress by the amount of applause you receive. Measure it by the person you are becoming. Many people wait for recognition before they feel proud of themselves. They believe appreciation should come first, then confidence. But successful people understand the opposite. Confidence grows from action, not from applause. That is why you must learn one powerful habit. Celebrate your own progress. Every single day. Did you wake up earlier than yesterday? Be proud of yourself. Did you practice English even though you felt tired? Celebrate that victory. Did you upload another YouTube video even with only a few views? Keep going. Did you choose discipline over excuses? Respect yourself for making that decision. These victories may seem small, but small victories create big success. The biggest mistake people make is believing that only huge achievements deserve celebration. That isn't true. Every improvement matters. Every lesson matters. Every difficult day you survive matters. Every habit you build matters. Because success is never built in one giant step. It is built through thousands of small decisions made consistently. Never underestimate the power of showing up. Many people destroy their confidence because they constantly compare themselves with others. They look at someone else's success, someone else's followers, someone else's income, someone else's lifestyle. Then they forget how far they themselves have already come. Comparison steals joy. Comparison steals confidence. Comparison steals focus. Your only competition should be the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I becoming better? Am I learning? Am I improving? If the answer is yes, then you're already winning. Don't wait for strangers on the internet to validate your effort. Don't depend on compliments to keep moving. People may not always recognize your discipline, but that doesn't make your discipline less valuable. Imagine a person learning English. For months, they practice speaking alone. They repeat sentences. They make mistakes. They improve little by little. Nobody applauds those practice sessions. Nobody records those difficult moments. Yet one day they speak fluently. Everyone sees the result. Very few understand the journey. The same is true for every dream. People celebrate the success. They rarely notice the sacrifice behind it. That is why your own opinion about yourself matters more than anyone else's. If you respect your effort, No silence can break your confidence. If you believe in your progress, no criticism can stop your journey. Your inner voice is more powerful than outside opinions. Because eventually there will be criticism, there will be rejection, there will be people who misunderstand you, there will be people who ignore you. If your confidence depends on their approval, you will rise and fall with every opinion. But if your confidence comes from your own discipline, you become emotionally stronger every day. Start speaking to yourself differently. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm improving every day." Instead of saying, "I'm too far behind," say, "I'm closer than I was yesterday." Instead of saying, "Nobody believes in me," say, "I believe in myself," and that's enough to keep moving. Your words shape your mindset. Your mindset shapes your actions. Your actions shape your future. Protect the conversation you have with yourself, because your mind is listening. Remember, life will not always reward you immediately. Sometimes it tests your patience. Sometimes it asks you to keep working without recognition. Sometimes it asks you to trust the process before you see the results. Can you continue without applause? Can you remain disciplined without compliments? Can you stay focused without attention? If your answer is yes, you are already developing the mindset of a winner. Many people quit because they mistake silence for failure. But silence does not mean you are failing. Silence often means your foundation is still being built. The strongest transformations happen quietly. Keep reading, keep learning, keep practicing, keep improving. Even when nobody notices, especially when nobody notices, those are the moments that shape your future. Every hour you spend learning English is building confidence. Every page you read is expanding your knowledge. Every skill you practice is increasing your value. Every difficult day you overcome is strengthening your character. Nothing is wasted. Absolutely nothing. One day people will admire your confidence. They will admire your success. They will admire your discipline. But they will never fully understand the countless quiet moments that created that version of you. And that's okay, because you didn't build your future for applause. You built it for your purpose. So today, give yourself credit. Respect your effort. Celebrate your consistency. Be proud that you refused to quit. Be proud that you kept learning. Be proud that you kept growing. Be proud that you chose progress instead of excuses. Never insult your own journey because it doesn't look impressive yet. Small progress is still progress. Slow progress is still progress. Silent progress is still progress. Every single step matters. And here's one final truth to remember. If nobody celebrates your journey today, celebrate it yourself. Because one day, the same quiet effort that nobody noticed will become the success that nobody can ignore. Remember this line: the world may not celebrate your effort today, but your future will always reward the work you refuse to abandon. That is the power of believing in yourself before anyone else does. And that is how strong people are made. Lesson 3. Your lonely season is preparing you for something greater. There comes a season in almost every person's life when everything feels unusually quiet. Your phone stops ringing. Your messages become fewer. People become busy with their own lives. The support you expected never arrives. And suddenly, you begin to wonder, am I completely alone? If you've ever felt that way, this lesson is for you. Because what feels like loneliness today may actually be preparation for the life you've been praying for. Most people see lonely seasons as punishment. They think life has abandoned them. They believe something is wrong. But what if your lonely season isn't working against you? What if it's working for you? Sometimes life removes distractions before it reveals your direction. Sometimes it creates distance between you and other people so you can finally become closer to your true self. When life becomes quiet, something incredible happens. You begin to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You stop living according to other people's expectations. You stop chasing approval. You stop following the crowd. Instead, you begin asking the questions that truly matter. Who do I want to become? What kind of future am I building? Which habits are helping me grow? Which habits are holding me back? These are the questions that change lives. Unfortunately, many people never ask them because they are constantly surrounded by noise. Noise from social media, noise from unnecessary opinions, noise from comparison, noise from people who distract them from their purpose. Sometimes, silence is not your enemy. Sometimes, silence is your greatest teacher. Being alone gives you something that busy people rarely have. Time to think, time to improve, time to heal, time to rebuild yourself from the inside. Many people fear being alone because they confuse loneliness with weakness. But being alone does not automatically make you lonely. In fact, some of the strongest people in the world learned their greatest lessons when nobody else was around. Think about every successful person you've ever admired. Before the world knew their name, there were years of invisible effort. They practiced alone. They failed alone. They learned difficult lessons alone. They questioned themselves alone. They made mistakes alone. And yet, they kept moving forward. The public only saw the success. The private battles remained hidden. That is why you should never compare your beginning to someone else's result. You have no idea how many silent nights they survived. Right now, your lonely season is giving you a rare opportunity. Use it wisely. Improve your skills. Read more books. Practice your English every day. Develop better habits. Exercise your body. Strengthen your mind. Learn something valuable. Invest in your future. Because when distractions disappear, growth becomes possible. Many people waste this season. Instead of building themselves, they spend hours complaining, scrolling endlessly, comparing their lives with everyone else's, feeling sorry for themselves, waiting for someone to rescue them. But strong people think differently. When nobody calls them, they study. When nobody invites them, they improve. When nobody encourages them, they encourage themselves. When nobody believes in them, they continue believing anyway. That mindset changes everything. Remember this: comfort rarely creates greatness. Pressure does. Silence does. Discipline does. Growth begins when excuses end. Every lonely day is giving you an opportunity to become mentally stronger, to become emotionally stronger, to become spiritually stronger, to become financially smarter, to become the person your future requires. Don't waste that opportunity. One of the greatest gifts of solitude is clarity. You finally realize which relationships truly matter, which friendships inspire you, which habits deserve your time, and which distractions need to disappear. Not everyone is meant to walk every stage of your journey with you. Some people are only part of one chapter. Trying to keep everyone with you can prevent you from becoming who you're meant to become. Sometimes letting go creates space for better things, better opportunities, better habits, better friendships, a better future. There is another truth many people never understand. Being surrounded by people doesn't always mean you're growing. Sometimes the crowd becomes the biggest obstacle. Some people laugh at your dreams. Some people make excuses look normal. Some people encourage average thinking. Some people quietly pull you away from your purpose. In those moments, walking alone is far better than following the wrong crowd. Never be afraid to choose peace over popularity, purpose over comfort, growth over acceptance. Because your future depends on those decisions. Protect your lonely season. Treat it like a training camp for your future. Wake up with intention. Follow your routine. Study with focus. Practice consistently. Write your goals. Track your progress. Celebrate small improvements. Repeat the process every day. Success rarely appears overnight. It grows through daily consistency. Maybe right now nobody notices your effort. That's okay. The roots of the strongest trees grow underground long before anyone admires their height. Your roots are growing too. Every chapter of discipline is strengthening your foundation. Every difficult morning is increasing your resilience. Every challenge is teaching you something valuable. Nothing is meaningless. Nothing is wasted. One day you'll look back on this season. You'll remember the loneliness. You'll remember the uncertainty. You'll remember the quiet days. But instead of feeling pain, you'll feel gratitude. Because you'll realize something powerful. This season didn't break you. It built you. It taught you patience. It taught you focus. It taught you independence. It taught you resilience. It taught you to believe in yourself even when nobody else did. And those lessons will stay with you forever. So if today you're walking alone, don't assume life has forgotten you. Maybe life is preparing you. Maybe you're not being rejected. Maybe you're being redirected. Maybe this chapter isn't the end of your story. Maybe it's the beginning of your strongest one. Keep moving. Keep learning. Keep trusting the process. Even when the road feels quiet. Even when progress feels slow. Even when nobody understands your vision. Your future self is depending on the choices you make today. Stand up. Stay focused. Take one more step, then another and another. Because every step taken during your lonely season is leading you toward a stronger, wiser, and more confident version of yourself. Remember this powerful line. Your lonely season is not a sign that life has abandoned you. It is proof that life is preparing you for responsibilities your current version is not yet ready to carry. Keep walking. Your greatest chapter may be closer than you think. Lesson 4. Build yourself. When nobody is watching, there is a powerful truth that separates ordinary people from extraordinary ones. The work that changes your life is rarely seen by anyone else. Nobody sees you waking up before sunrise. Nobody sees the extra hours you spend learning. Nobody sees the nights when you keep practicing after everyone else has gone to sleep. Nobody sees the moments when you almost give up, but choose to continue. The world usually notices the result. It rarely notices the preparation, and that's why many people lose motivation. They want instant recognition. They want people to applaud every small step. They want success to happen in public, but real transformation is always built in private. Your greatest victories begin long before anyone notices them. Think of an athlete preparing for a championship. The crowd only sees the final performance. They don't see the early morning workouts, the painful training sessions, the strict routines, the sacrifices, the failures, the discipline. Success is never created on the stage. It is created long before the spotlight arrives. Your life works the same way. If you want extraordinary results, you must become comfortable doing ordinary work consistently, even when nobody is watching, especially when nobody is watching, because your private habits eventually become your public identity. Who you are when you're alone matters more than who you pretend to be in front of others. Character is not built through attention. Character is built through choices. The choices you make when no one is there to praise you. Will you still read that book? Will you still practice your English? Will you still exercise? Will you still edit your videos? Will you still work toward your goals? Or will you wait until someone notices? The answer to those questions determines your future. Many people perform only when they have an audience, but successful people understand something different. Their standards do not change because the audience disappears. They remain disciplined whether people are watching or not. That is true self-discipline. It means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It means keeping promises you made to yourself. It means choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. Every successful person develops routines that nobody celebrates, because they know routines create results. Motivation comes and goes. Feelings change. Excitement fades. But disciplined habits continue working even when emotions disappear. Imagine you want to become fluent in English. Some days you'll feel excited. Other days you won't. If you only practice when you feel motivated, progress will always be slow. But if you practice every single day, whether you're excited or tired, confident or uncertain, your improvement becomes inevitable. Consistency beats intensity. A little progress every day is more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. The same applies to every dream. Want to grow your YouTube channel? Write better scripts. Study successful creators. Learn editing. Improve your thumbnails. Understand your audience. Upload consistently. Do the work before expecting the reward. Want better health? Exercise regularly. Eat wisely. Sleep well. Stay consistent. Don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until next month. Start today. Want financial freedom? Learn valuable skills. Read books. Develop discipline. Manage your time. Invest in yourself before expecting others to invest in you. The future belongs to people who prepare before opportunities arrive. Remember this: opportunity usually knocks only once. Preparation answers the door. If you're not ready, someone else will be. That is why your private time is so valuable. Don't waste it. Many people spend hours scrolling through social media, watching other people succeed, comparing themselves, complaining, making excuses. Strong people use those same hours differently. They build themselves. They study. They practice. They improve. They create. They prepare. Every hour invested wisely becomes an investment in their future. Your alone time is not empty. It is your classroom, your training ground, your workshop, your laboratory. It is where your future is quietly being built. Treat it with respect. Protect it. Use it intentionally. The world is full of distractions, notifications, entertainment, arguments, comparison, endless opinions. If you allow every distraction to steal your attention, you'll never develop the focus needed for greatness. Focus is becoming one of the rarest skills in today's world. And because it is rare, it is incredibly valuable. Learn to protect your attention. Turn off unnecessary distractions. Create a routine. Follow your schedule. Finish what you start. One completed task is more valuable than 10 unfinished ideas. Another important lesson is this: stop chasing perfection. Perfection keeps many people trapped. They wait for the perfect equipment, the perfect timing, the perfect confidence, the perfect conditions. Meanwhile, disciplined people simply begin. They improve along the way. Every expert was once a beginner. Every professional once made mistakes. Every successful creator once uploaded imperfect content. Progress always comes before perfection. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to improve. Don't be embarrassed by your beginning. Be proud that you started. Remember, nobody becomes stronger by avoiding challenges. Growth happens through repetition. One workout doesn't build a strong body. One book doesn't create wisdom. One practice session doesn't create fluency. One video doesn't build a successful channel. Thousands of small actions create extraordinary lives. That is why patience is just as important as discipline. Trust the process, respect the journey. Keep showing up, even when results are invisible. Because invisible progress is still progress. Just because you can't see change today doesn't mean change isn't happening. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It grows quietly, patiently, consistently. Your growth follows the same pattern. People may not notice your effort today. That's fine. You're not building your future for today's applause. You're building it for tomorrow's opportunities. One day, people will ask, how did you become so confident? How did you become so skilled? How did you become so successful? They'll see the success. They won't see the countless mornings you stayed committed. They won't see the difficult decisions you made. They won't see the habits you repeated every single day. But you'll know. You'll remember every silent victory, every disciplined choice, every lonely practice session, every moment you refused to quit. Those moments created the person you've become. So don't underestimate your private work. It is shaping your public future. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep improving. Stay humble, stay patient, stay focused. And remember this powerful truth. The version of yourself that the world will admire tomorrow is being built by the decisions you make today when nobody is watching. So work quietly, grow consistently, trust your discipline. Because when preparation finally meets opportunity, your silent effort will speak louder than any words ever could. Lesson 5. Stop explaining your dream to people who can't see your vision. One mistake quietly destroys more dreams than failure ever does. It isn't lack of talent. It isn't lack of opportunity. It isn't even fear. It's sharing your dream with people who were never meant to understand it. Think about it. How many times have you told someone about your goals, only to hear words like, be realistic? That's too difficult. People like us don't do things like that. Why don't you choose something easier? You're wasting your time. Those words may seem small, but if you hear them often enough, they begin to sound like the truth. Little by little, doubt replaces confidence. Excitement becomes fear. Passion becomes hesitation. Not because your dream became impossible, but because you allowed someone else's limited thinking to influence your unlimited potential. Here's something you must always remember. Not everyone is supposed to understand your vision. Why? Because they can only see life through the experiences they've already lived. Someone who has never taken a risk may not understand your courage. Someone who has never built a business may not understand your ambition. Someone who has never learned a new skill may not understand your discipline. Someone who has accepted an ordinary life may not understand why you're willing to sacrifice comfort for growth. And that's okay. Your dream doesn't require everyone's approval. It requires your commitment. Stop trying to convince people who have already decided not to believe. Instead, use that energy to become better. Every minute spent arguing is a minute stolen from your progress. Every hour spent explaining your dream is an hour you could have spent building it. Let your actions speak louder than your promises. Talk less. Build more. Imagine a person planting a seed. They don't dig it up every day just to prove it's growing. They water it, protect it, trust the process. Your dream deserves the same patience. Some goals grow best in silence, not because you're hiding them, but because you're protecting them. A young plant needs protection before it becomes a strong tree. A new dream also needs protection before it becomes reality. If you expose it too early to negativity, it may never grow. That's why successful people often work quietly. They don't announce every plan. They don't share every goal. They don't seek approval from everyone they meet. Instead, they stay focused. They keep learning. They keep improving. And eventually, their results become impossible to ignore. Remember this: people respect evidence more than promises. Anyone can talk about success. Few people are willing to earn it. Let your discipline become your introduction. Let your consistency become your reputation. One day people will ask, "How did you do it?" Instead of, "Can you really do it?" That change happens because your actions answered every question. One of the biggest traps is looking for validation. Many people constantly ask, "Do you think I can succeed? Is this a good idea? Should I continue?" There's nothing wrong with seeking advice from wise people, but there's a difference between seeking wisdom and begging for permission. Never confuse the two. Advice helps you grow. Approval controls your decisions. Don't hand your future to people who have never built the future you want. Choose your mentors carefully. Listen to people whose actions match the life you admire. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Protect your mind the same way you protect your health, because your mind is where every success begins. Negative words are like weeds. If you allow them to grow unchecked, they slowly choke your confidence. That's why you must become selective. Selective about what you watch. Selective about what you listen to. Selective about who influences your thinking. Some people speak from fear. Others speak from jealousy. Some speak from disappointment. Others speak from their own failures. They aren't describing your future. They're describing their past. Never mistake someone else's limits for your own. Respect everyone, but don't adopt everyone's mindset. One powerful habit successful people develop is quiet execution. They don't spend months announcing what they're going to do. They simply begin. They work. They improve. They stay consistent. While others are talking, they're building. Because execution always beats explanation. Dreams become reality through action, not discussion. If you truly believe in your future, prove it through your daily habits. Wake up, practice, study, improve, repeat every single day. Maybe people laugh. Keep working. Maybe they doubt you. Keep improving. Maybe they ignore your effort. Keep growing, because none of those opinions can stop a determined person. Only quitting can. There will always be people who misunderstand your journey. Accept that. There will always be critics. Accept that. There will always be doubters. Accept that too. You cannot control their opinions, but you can control your response. Respond with discipline. Respond with consistency. Respond with growth. The strongest answer to criticism is progress. Every chapter of improvement silences another doubt. Every skill you develop increases your confidence. Every goal you achieve strengthens your belief in yourself. Eventually, you stop needing people to understand your dream, because your relationship with your purpose becomes stronger than your need for approval. That is freedom, when your purpose becomes louder than public opinion. Nothing can distract you for long. You'll stop explaining. You'll stop defending. You'll stop proving yourself. You'll simply keep moving forward, quietly, confidently, consistently, and one day, your success will introduce you better than any speech ever could. People who once questioned your vision may admire your discipline. People who once doubted your journey may respect your results, not because you convinced them, but because you continued. Always remember this: the world often misunderstands people before it celebrates them. Don't let temporary opinions destroy permanent dreams. Keep your vision alive. Protect your focus. Guard your mindset. Trust your process. And keep taking one step after another, even when nobody understands why. Because you don't need everyone to believe in your future. You only need enough faith to continue building it yourself. Remember this powerful line: never waste your energy explaining your dream to people who refuse to see your vision. Save that energy for becoming the person your dream requires. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and let your results become the loudest conversation you'll ever have. Lesson 6. Become the person who refuses to quit, even when walking alone. Every dream reaches a point where the excitement fades. The beginning feels inspiring. Everything seems possible. Your motivation is high. Your energy is strong. Your vision is clear. But then reality arrives. Progress becomes slower than you expected. Results take longer than you imagined. Support begins to disappear. People lose interest. Some stop believing in you. Others quietly walk away. And suddenly you find yourself standing alone. This is the moment that separates dreamers from achievers. Anyone can stay committed when life is easy. Anyone can feel confident when success comes quickly. Anyone can stay motivated when people are cheering. But what happens when none of those things are there? Do you stop, or do you become stronger? The greatest victories in life are earned during the moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. Every successful person has experienced those moments. Moments of doubt, moments of exhaustion, moments of disappointment, moments when they questioned everything. But they made one powerful decision. They kept going. Not because they knew success was guaranteed, but because quitting guaranteed failure. That is the difference. Winners are not people who never struggle. They are people who refuse to let struggle become their excuse. There will be mornings when you wake up without motivation. Choose discipline. There will be evenings when you're exhausted. Choose consistency. There will be days when nothing seems to improve. Choose patience. Every difficult decision strengthens your character. Every challenge builds resilience. Every setback teaches wisdom. Nothing is wasted if you keep moving forward. Many people believe confidence comes first, then action. In reality, action creates confidence. Every promise you keep to yourself increases your self-respect. Every challenge you overcome increases your belief. Every obstacle you survive proves that you are stronger than yesterday. Confidence is earned, one disciplined decision at a time. That is why you must become someone who keeps moving, regardless of circumstances. Not because life is easy, but because your purpose is greater than your temporary emotions. Remember this: your future should never depend on someone else's mood. If people support you, be grateful. If they don't, continue anyway. If people encourage you, appreciate it. If they criticize you, learn what is useful and leave the rest behind. Your direction should always be controlled by your values, not by public opinion. The strongest people are emotionally stable. They don't stop every time life becomes uncomfortable. They don't quit because progress is slow. They don't abandon their dreams because someone laughed. Instead, they adjust, they learn, they grow, they continue. That is emotional maturity. Life will test your patience. Life will test your discipline. Life will test your commitment, not to destroy you, but to reveal who you truly are. When pressure increases, character appears. Anyone can speak about discipline. Few people practice it every day. Anyone can dream. Few people work consistently enough to make dreams real. Become one of those few. Let your habits speak louder than your emotions. Wake up with purpose. Protect your routine. Finish what you begin. Honor your commitments, even the small ones, because every small promise you keep builds the confidence needed to achieve bigger goals. Think about your English journey. Some days pronunciation feels difficult. Practice anyway. Some lessons seem confusing. Keep learning. Some conversations feel uncomfortable. Speak anyway. Fluency isn't built through perfection. It's built through repetition. The same principle applies to every area of life. If your goal is success, repeat successful habits. If your goal is confidence, repeat courageous actions. If your goal is growth, repeat daily improvement. Success is never one giant decision. It is thousands of small choices repeated consistently. Don't underestimate the power of ordinary days. Most of your future will be built during ordinary moments, not extraordinary ones. A normal morning, a quiet afternoon, a focused evening. Those simple moments become extraordinary when you use them wisely. Never believe the lie that you're too late. Every day is another opportunity to become better. Every sunrise gives you another chance, another lesson, another improvement, another step forward. Don't waste today worrying about yesterday. Use today to prepare for tomorrow. People often ask, what is the secret to success? There isn't one secret. There are daily choices. Wake up, learn, practice, improve, rest, repeat again and again until your habits become your identity, until discipline becomes automatic, until growth becomes your lifestyle. One day, people will notice the change. They'll see your confidence, your skills, your success, your calmness, your strength, but they'll never fully understand what it took to become that person. They won't see the lonely mornings, the difficult decisions, the repeated failures, the quiet victories, the nights you almost quit. Only you will remember those moments. And because of that, you'll appreciate your success more deeply than anyone else. Never regret the difficult road. It taught you lessons the easy road never could. It made you patient. It made you humble. It made you disciplined. Most importantly, it made you capable. So today, make yourself one promise. No matter how slow the progress becomes, I will continue. No matter how lonely the journey feels, I will continue. No matter how many people doubt me, I will continue. No matter how many mistakes I make, I will continue learning. No matter how difficult life becomes, I will continue growing, because the only person who can truly stop my future is me. From this day forward, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for everyone to understand. Start becoming the person your dream deserves. Build yourself, challenge yourself, improve yourself, believe in yourself every single day, even when nobody notices, especially when nobody notices, because those quiet moments are shaping a future that is bigger than you can currently imagine. And always remember this: doing it alone doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're courageous enough to begin before the crowd arrives. It means you're disciplined enough to continue without applause. It means your purpose is stronger than your excuses. Your journey may feel lonely today, but your future is being built with every step you take. So stand up, take a deep breath, lift your head, focus on your next move. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep believing, keep building. One day you'll look back at this chapter and realize something incredible. The season that felt the hardest was actually the season that made you unstoppable. Final message: if today's lesson inspired you, don't let these words become temporary motivation. Turn them into daily action. Practice your English every day. Develop one new habit every week. Protect your mindset. Respect your journey. And never stop investing in yourself, because the strongest version of you is not found by waiting. It is created through discipline, patience, and consistent effort. Thank you for spending your time with English Gateway. Keep improving your English, keep improving your mindset, and most importantly, never stop becoming the person your future is waiting for. Remember this final quote: success belongs to the person who keeps moving forward long after everyone else has stopped watching. Keep walking, keep growing, keep believing. Your greatest chapter is still ahead.